Alright guys, so I got my eyebrows started off camera, and now I'm going to take my Becky Sue eyeshadow base. It's not mine, but you know. I'm going to take the Becky Sue eyeshadow base in the color medium number 1. You can go lighter. I prefer to go lighter, but this is the lightest shade that I have right now. It'll work. You just want a really good base for your eyeshadow to stick. I'm going to take a flat brush. This is just one from Amazon, just a random flat brush. And I'll be holding a mirror so I can see better. Alright, and you're going to want to use that to prime your lids and carve the underside of your brow. Typically I like the thicker part of the product up by the brow, just so I can cover any little hairs that, you know, I haven't tended to. But when you get down on the eye, you kind of want to like shear it back out into a more even texture. Like so. So I'm going to finish this up and come right back. Alright guys, now I'm going to take my Beaky crease brush. It's a fluffy crease brush. This one is flat. You can use flat or dome, it's your choice. And I'm going to be taking my Morphe highlighter palette, and I'm going to go into the shade Galactic. It looks brown in the pan, but it's actually, excuse me, it's like a really bright, like almost like a white when it's on. So we're going to use that, and I'm going to load my brush up and tap off the excess. And then I'm going to run this along the brow bone just to highlight the brow. I know it's kind of like 90s of me, but I still really, really love that look, you know? It's, or maybe 2000s, because I mean, I was a baby in the 90s, but, you know. And already, you could see like a really big shift. Alright. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side as well. Yeah, I really like highlighting my brow bone. Excuse me. Honestly, I would cover my whole face in highlighter if that was like acceptable. If I was allowed to do that, I would. I guess I'm allowed to do that. I'm an adult. Nobody's stopping me. I feel like a criminal. I even have a mask, you know. But yeah, so I'm gonna get in there and really, really highlight my whole entire brow bone. Next, I'm coming in with my palette that I put out this year. I'm going to go into the color Sands, and I'm taking a Real Perfections dome brush, and I'm loading my brush, and I'm going to tap off the excess. Always do that. You don't want to make a mess, and you want as little fallout as possible. So I'm going to run this all through my crease. Wherever you first put your brush is where the darkest pigment is going to be as you're blending out, right? So you typically want the darkness at the outside of the eye. So even though I'm running this through my whole crease, you want to start always from the outside and work in. You can do windshield wiper motions, and then you can also do circular motions to blend and soften. See how this is darker than this already? Because I laid my brush here first. Okay? If you have hooded eyes like me, see how when I look forward, the hood covers my eyelid? You're not going to be able to see your eyeshadow if you put everything down here, okay? So if you have hooded eyes, I want you to come up to about there. I know it feels crazy and I know it feels high, but you're going to want to do that because you're going to want people to be able to see your eyeshadow, okay? So I'm going to load my brush again, tap off the excess. We don't want fallout. And that's also why I do my foundation after I finish my eyes most of the time, because that's a good way to prevent, you know, fallout, messing up your makeup and having to redo things too. So I'm going to load my brush, and I'm starting in the crease, but I'm slowly going to be working my way upward, okay? This is going to be our transition shade. This isn't like the bulk color of the look, but it needs to fade out into something. And one thing I learned in makeup school is that browns and taupes are really, really good for fading out almost any color. Okay? So I'm going to repeat this process and keep getting it higher and higher until I get the desired height, and then I will be right back. Here's the exciting part, guys. This is where it's going to get crazy. I'm going to take the Becky Sue eyeshadow base in the color Rose Pink number 5. Okay? And we are going to be using a really bright, hot pink. So I'm going to take this on a really small concealer brush. You can use the back of your hand or a palette. And I'm going to pick up this hot pink eyeshadow base, and I'm going to start in the inner corner. And I'm going to go higher again than this hood, alright? And I'm going to stop it probably right around here, okay? I wish that I knew how to do the really close-up. But when I do that, it like focuses out, like it doesn't focus right. But I want to learn how to do the really like zoomed in shots, you know? So that you guys can see in more detail. Alright. Excuse me. I gotta focus now, guys. Coming above this hood. Okay, so that's about where I'm gonna put it. 1 second. Okay guys, now that we have that laid down, we're gonna come in with the Becky Sue primer in the shade 0 White. Okay. And we're going to do the middle part, okay? Alright, I know it looks scary right now, but just wait. So we're going to take my palette that I came out with this year, the Iridescent Moonbeam palette, and we're going to use the shade Fairy Dust, okay? We're going to take a flat packing brush, and we're going to load up our brush. Now, when you're packing eyeshadow, you don't want to swipe, you just want to tap. And we're gonna tap off the excess too. And we're gonna tap it right on top of our pink shade, like this. Kind of tap and roll, okay? Until we have the whole pink part covered, okay? Tap and roll. Tap and roll. Load your brush. Tap and roll. Tap and roll. Keep it inside the pink. You don't want to go out into your transition shade. See how pretty and metallic that shade is? I love it so much. Now I'm going to take the palette from Color Cosmetics, this white shimmery shade right here, and I'm going to place it on top of the white. Now I'm going to go in with that metallic pink that we used earlier. I'm going to pick it back up on my brush again, and I'm lightly gonna like feather into the white. See how doing that kind of just like breaks up this hard line? I mean, it's still pronounced, but we're going to be covering it with glitter anyway, but it just kind of fades it out. It looks better. It looks neater. So yeah, we're going to be going in with the Milani Luster Light palette. I'm going to be taking this burgundy shade, Long Rain. Okay, I'm going to be taking Long Rain, and I'm going to be using it on the outer corner to create our swoop. And right now I'm kind of outlining where I want to go with this, okay? Don't worry about blending. Don't worry about anything. Trust the process. So about there. Right now we're just giving ourselves an outline. A lot of this is going to be covered anyway. Alright, now I'm going to fill that in and I'll be right back. Okay guys, we are going to be going back in with the brush that we used for the white, okay, the white eyeshadow, and we are going to be dipping back into that white shimmer shade in our golden palette by Color Cosmetics. It's not ColourPop, it's Color. In case anybody's wondering, we are fixing to use some ColourPop products though. And we're just going to kind of like feather that into the shadow here and slowly begin to like diffuse that edge, okay? It's really not going to matter all that much with the glitter we're about to place down, but it's still like a good practice to have, you know? See how diffused that is? It just looks better. It looks neater. It's tidier, you know? Sometimes you just gotta like go back and forth between the colors you already did to diffuse out those lines, okay? The great thing about these gel pots too, these ColourPop gel pots, is that you don't really need any glitter glue. They stick, they adhere on their own, and the glitter's really soft, so it doesn't hurt your eyes. It is a cosmetic grade glitter. Look how pretty that is, you guys. See how it catches the light? I love that color. Okay, now I'm gonna go in one moment and grabbing a brush and also grabbing the glitter as well. So now I'm gonna go in with this white iridescent shade, and this one has like really pretty little shifts of blues and pinks, but it is a white. And of course I'm gonna take that over the white side. You guys, look at it so far. Look how this glitter shifts in the light. Here, I'll also change the lighting a little bit too, so you can see it on different modes, so you can see it in different lighting. It's not finished yet, obviously. Oops. But here, oh, that's not the right button. Here's like more yellow lighting. And here's like blue lighting showing all my skin texture. Love that. And of course the white lighting, which I'm gonna stay at. Yeah. So now going back to the end right here, I'm going to go back in with the Melania Cosmetics Luster Lights palette. Isn't Melania Cosmetics just such a iconic brand? Like, especially the way that they freaking clapped back at Amber Heard during the trial. Iconic. Okay, so we're going to go back into this palette, but instead of taking the color that we used before, we're going to be taking this deep purple. It is called Style Iconic, and I cannot agree more. It is so pretty. So I'm going to be putting that on the area where we put this burgundy, and I will be right back. I'm also going to bring it down to the lower lash line. Now that we're at this step, we're gonna go in with an angled liner brush and Inglot black gel liner, and we're going to create a wing. I'm gonna do this off camera because I'm not quite there yet to be able to do it on camera. Takes a lot of focus. Alright guys, I did my liner and lashes off camera. And now I'm going to take that same Morphe highlighter palette, the e.l.f. Makeup Mist and Set Setting Spray, and a fluffy crease brush. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in to my favorite shade of this highlighter palette, this purpley blue shade. I'm going to take my fluffy crease brush. Preferably you would want to do this with like one smaller. However, this is what I felt like grabbing right now. So I'm going to take my setting spray. I'm going to spray that brush real good. Get it nice and wet. Dip into that Morphe highlighter. The shade is Ultraviolet fitting. And I'm going to go into this blank section right here. I am obsessed with this color, you guys. I don't think you're ready for this. Look at this color, you guys. And I'm going to go all the way to like right below the inner corner as well. Yeah. And we can clean it up when we do our concealer. So I'm going to do the exact same thing on the other side. I'm going to reload my brush with the spray. Spray, 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 spray. Alright. I'm going to go into that ultraviolet color. Grab my mirror. And repeat the same process on the other side. In this blank negative space. And under the inner corner. It is so pretty, you guys. I am obsessed with this highlighter so much that I use it all the freaking time. Like, all the time. It is amazing. So lately I've been doing this thing. I know that face gems are like really popular, but lately I have been adding them to a specific place that I'm really kind of enjoying having. One sec. Alright, you guys. So I have this gem picker. It has a wax tip. It's really good for picking up gems. Lately, I've been actually putting a gem here and a gem here. I might even do one down below. I'm not sure. Maybe I should just do one down below and change it up. I don't know. But lately, I've really been liking having one here and here at the arch of my brow. I have no idea why. Don't ask me. I have no answers for you guys. So, first you want to put a dot wherever you want your face gem of your eyelash glue, okay? So I'm going to say one right there. Alright? Then I'm going to take my gem picker and I'm going to pick up one of my gems. And then using a mirror, because I cannot do this in the camera, you guys. But no. Place it right where you put your glue. Right where you put your glue. Isn't that pretty, you guys? So pretty. Alright, I'm going to do the other side. Let's get started with our base. I used the e.l.f. Blemish Control Primer. And I'm going to be going in with CoverGirl True Blend Matte in the shade... I'm not sure. Because I don't have the cap. I lost it. So, this shade actually matches my neck and not my face. I live in Texas and like the sun hits this more, you know? And I don't want to look like a floating head, so I'd prefer to match my neck anyway. So, I have a really white neck. Okay, leave me alone. See? And I'm just going to blend that in. This is a kabuki brush. This one is a beaky kabuki brush. And look how soft and pretty this blends. I am not color correcting my mustache today. We will not speak of it. We will not speak of it. Alright? Okay. Glad we're on the same page. I finished the rest of my base off camera and put on lip liner. Now I'm going to dive into the Delancey, I think. I don't know. I'm butchering that name. I know I am. But it is a lip palette that I got recently, and I am in love with this thing. It is amazing. There's so many different shades to pick from. Let me get a disposable here. You can use a brush. You don't have to use an applicator. That's fine. I like to cover my entire lip with the lip liner so that way if my lipstick starts to wear off, I don't get like butthole mouth. So, no one wants butthole mouth. It ain't cute. Alright. So, I'm gonna go in with this shade. I'm gonna go in with like one of these nude shades. I'm not even quite sure. Probably like this shade. Or I might go in with a pinkier color, honestly. That's too pink. No, I like it. Once it's blended out, it's actually really nice. Alright, I'm going to grab a clean applicator. Hold on. Because once you've swiped your lips, you can't go back into the palette. I mean, you can if it's like for you, you know, but this is one I use on other people too, so. And now I'm going to go in with a fluffy brush. I like using these. I know that's not what this is for, okay guys? I just don't care, alright? I dropped a lid. Not the lid to this, though. Alright, so I'm going to come in with the Maybelline Lasting Fix Setting Powder. And I'm just going to do a quick run across my face. You don't need, like, a whole lot, but definitely some. My favorite setting powder, I'm not going to go over the highlighter. By the way, look at this highlighter. I'm telling you, it's amazing. My favorite highlighter is are the Fenty ones, though. I only have one right now, and I'm really sad about it. But it's beautiful. Here, let me show you, actually. I have it here somewhere. Let me look. Okay, Fenty's highlighters are the best. I don't care what anyone says. This is one of Fenty's highlighters. Let me show you what she did, okay? Let me show you what Riri did. Gorgeous! Look at that. I don't even know if the lighting's right for this. Here, let me like shift it just so you can see like how incredible her highlighter is. It's funny because I'm not even wearing it right now. It's just so pretty. And she has a shade similar to this shade that I like too. So I'm gonna get it. Excuse me. Now I'm gonna go in with the e.l.f. Mist and Setting Spray one more time, and I'm just gonna give myself You think that's enough? Sprayed you too. Alright guys, thank you for joining me for my video. I'm going to give you guys a little montage. A little sexy montage. And then I'm going to film some TikToks. I love you guys. Bye. I hope you like the eye look.